It is September 19th, 2018. We're here at 1286 Louden Lane in Imperial Beach, California, 91932. We're here on the rooftop of the house. We have our original 3-inch cast iron vent leading to the beginning of the sewer main for the two back-to-back bathrooms. We did see that there's some cleanouts in the backyard that were installed. The cleanout caps are a smaller size than the pipe, which is not supposed to be done. So we're just starting off with the vent here. We've got some cobwebs, so we're going to pull this out really quick and wipe these off. Just to make sure from the bathroom remodel that the vent is still connected and there's nothing off initially. So there's our T-junction right there off the right side of the screen. That's the 3x2 or 3x1.5 T-junction. So that's the vent that leads over to the sinks and the shower and tub. Then this continues down here and we'll be coming up to a double fixture fitting. And that's right here. This is where the two toilets empty into the line back to back. And then they continue down, and real quickly you can see they immediately make a 90-degree, and now we're in the horizontal main sewer. This is the original cast iron pipe under the concrete slab of the house. Right here you can see so far the line is very little deposits or scale or buildup in it. Looks very good. Coming up on that dark area here, coming up, that's the T-junction where the sinks are dumping into the line. Here we've got another T-junction that could be the tubs and shower stalls. The cast iron main still looks in very good condition. Possibly a T-junction there. It's kind of hard to see. We do have the kitchen line that has to tie in, as well as the laundry, both on opposite ends of the house from where this line is going across. We are going to go ahead and try to go down both of those lines with a smaller camera. Okay, so it looks like we have a lined pipe. So you can see the little webbing and the pipe right there. The line was repaired up to that spot. So see, we have regular cast iron here, and then right to about here we start a lined pipe. So this was a sheath brought inside to coat the other line, whether it was due because it was crumbling or material that had roots getting in, but they went ahead and did all that. So okay, right here we're coming up to what appears to be the cleanouts that were put in. So you can see we have slight offset in the line. So the pipe, we're seeing the wall, the actual thick diameter of the wall of the pipe on the upper left side of the screen. These two pipes aren't adjoined properly, they're misaligned. Now, the way the camera is traveling is the same way everything else is traveling, so the alignment, the next pipe is lower. You can see there's a drop down literally. Now, the misalignment aren't great, but as long as the boot or the sleeve that they used is solid, then this being lower is okay because that's the way everything is flowing out. So we're now in a small piece of ABS plastic. Now you can see we have some standing water here, so we're hopefully either going to have a little bit of debris and not a misaligned pipe. So that looks like what we've got there. So that section they dropped in is just slightly misaligned. You can see same thing. We can see the wall thickness on the bottom. So on this end, it's not a good thing because as you come up, it's acting like a dam and holding water. Whereas the first offset we had was the opposite, being lower in the pathway. Now we're essentially higher at this next section that's offset. So that's what creates this damming effect that holds all this water that will never drain out. And of course what that can do is snag things and cause heavy feces, paper, or other buildup to not drain out and lead to a possible stoppage. Not a huge misalignment, but still not the code and not done properly. So you can see our camera just kind of hits the wall. You can see the wall. We have to really force the camera to jump over. So that's the misalignment right there. We'll take a quick snapshot photo. So we'll jump over that really quick. And then we can see that this is all relined as well with a sleeve here. So that's why this looks like all white in color. So they either, again, had very corroded pipes or a lot of roots intruding and somebody sold them on this. So we'll just continue down this line here and see. You can see the webbing on the left there, the little stitching and the seam. So continue down here. Okay, so now we're back to original cast iron pipe. So here's where their lining ended, and now we're back to the original cast iron pipe here. So not sure why they stopped, but let's see how many more feet we have before we get into the alleyway, and or if we get back into any clay pipe. Cast iron still looks okay here. I'm not seeing anything abnormal at this point still. Okay, so now we're getting into another clean out that was done. So this pipe right here has got some little buildup on the walls, but it doesn't look like it's roots. It just looks like some gunk built up on the line. And now we have some more plastic pipe here. So whether a plumber or a city did this, we have another T-junction right here. So this should be another clean out, and this is probably the distance we're out. It's probably into the alleyway by now, or it's in the backyard getting close to that and it's just buried. So we're going to try to push through this 90. This is a T, sanitary T, not a combo T. So our camera may not make this hard 90 turn and continue very far, but we'll see how far it can go. Yeah, so our spring is very flexible on the end, so it immediately made that 90, but that's only about 2 feet long, and then we have the stiff push rod, so that's why we're not going to be able to continue very far down this. We're kind of hung up right now, looking down that vertical original cast iron still. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull back to right here, and we're going to go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and locate this to see if this is another clean out access in the alleyway or if it's in the backyard. Okay, so we did go ahead and discover that this is a property line clean out. This is in the backyard, literally just against the fence right before you get to the alleyway. So we've uncovered this vertical lid access point, and we'll move our camera equipment over to that. We're going to go ahead and pull our camera back. We do want to go ahead and double check the length of the cast iron from this clean out pipe that was done here, this ABS. So here's our cast iron, and this is not lined pipe here, so we just want to get a ballpark measurement. So we're right at about 81 feet. Now we'll keep pulling back until we get to the lined pipe, just to have an exact figure of how much of that pipe, if it ever was an issue, would still have to be lined again or dug up. So we're right at about 70 feet. So there's about 11 feet of line approximately that is not lined and is okay for now. It doesn't require anything, but that's where that's at in the backyard under the brick areas. So we don't have any root intrusions there though, so that's good, and it's not flaking apart or cracking or breaking right now. So before we move over to the other clean out, we're going to go ahead and pause the video, and we're going to bring a small camera in to go through the laundry and also try to get through the 2 kitchen lines that are under the slab in the house. Okay, so we're now above the garage, and we've got 2 smaller cameras. We're going to try the first one get through this laundry vent. So we'll see if we're able to get down through this system and across where it dumps into the main to check out its condition. Got some cobwebs on the line right there. Okay, so some of that's kind of washed off. We'll go ahead and pull this back really quick here. We can definitely get through part of the system. There's not a guarantee we're going to be able to get through all of it on a very small 2-inch cast iron pipe, but we'll try with these cameras to try to get it inspected. The kitchen's usually a little bit more problematic than the laundry. So if we can't get through the laundry all the way, we're not as concerned with that one. So there's where the T-junction is right there that catches the standpipe and the trap. And it's going to continue down vertically a little bit more. And now we're making our 90 coming across. So you can see the 2-inch cast. Looks like it would for its age. Some buildup in there. I think we've got a small turn. Okay, here's the dump into the main already. So we were able to get all the way out. Maybe even got it on that first run, just couldn't see. So that is the push rod of the camera that we started from above the toilets that we started with. Again, we left that in there so we could confirm that it's dumping into that part of the main. So the laundry line is free and clear and it's completely open, and we don't see any major problems with it across its pathway. We just some dried up lint and some other debris caked on the walls, but overall for an old original 2-inch cast iron, looks okay. And we expected that on the laundry because it's not junctioning in with the kitchen like it does on a lot of houses. So we're just pointing our camera back up right now. And so again, this was right above the laundry vent. There's the water heater vent, and there's the backyard to the property. So we're going to pause the video and move our cameras down to try to inspect the kitchen line. Okay, so we moved our camera equipment down here. We're outside the kitchen window. There is original 2-inch cast iron clean out plug here. So we're going to go into this line, makes an immediate small downward turn, and then becomes horizontal. So this is the original 2-inch cast iron pipe. You can see a lot of dried up, flaky food and debris from over the years. We just want to make sure we can at least try to get the camera all the way through and out if possible. And we don't see anything else like an object or anything crumbling or falling apart on the system. Just a lot of scaled up food and debris in the line. But the line is still intact. This is a small camera, so it's not self-leveling, so the image is going to kind of float around. Line is open right now enough. Piece of debris there. Looks like that might be some kind of little plastic twist tie or curly Q. Doesn't look like any type of... but it's very small, so not a problem. Pushing a little bit of debris there, but we're still good. Line still looks okay. Again, just a lot of dried up debris on all the edges, but overall still okay. And this should be our final drop and into the main right here. And there you go, there's our orange other push rod from the main sewer. So this line is also completely intact, and small amounts of buildup, which is to be expected for this age of pipe, but clear line all the way into the main. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video and move our equipment over to the property line clean out by the fence alleyway. Okay, so we moved into the backyard here. So on that concrete deck we have 2 cleanouts that were added for the lining process, and then we've got some dug up bricks right here, some small paint. This is where the ABS pipe was started, and as it just simply runs across, here's that clean out that we ended up at, and we could just make the turn down low where it enters into the system. So as we go down this vertical pipe for about 3 feet or so, this is just the clean out, and then right there is our T-junction. That's where the line from the house is entering right there. And then here's that where it begins cast iron on this vertical again. So now we'll inspect the rest of this system here. Okay, this vertical is ending, making its transition to horizontal to then head over towards the city. So here we now have clay pipe. So the cast iron is ending right at that 90-degree turn. And then right here, we're going to push forward through this clay pipe. There we go. Here we have a hub right there. Looks good. Another hub and a turn, and there's the city line right there. So a short run, which is to be expected because the alleyway is a small alley and not far from there. So the lines are all clear, and there's no issues with any part of the drain or sewer system at this time, other than constant maintenance that might be required on small individual drains that might back up or due to misuse. But other than that, no major issues were found during this inspection. So that concludes this recording.